Hello, good evening, folks. Welcome to Sicily. We're in Italy. It's Capo d'Orlando getting ready to face Ventspils in the Basketball Champions League regular season Group B. Well, here you have it, folks. In Group B this week, we've got this game, then Gaziantep, a resurgent Gaziantep, tomorrow at home to MHP Rees in Lewisburg. That'll be a huge test for the Turkish club. PAOK at home to Neptunus Klaipeda, and Iberostar Tenerife are at home to Elan Chalon. And, well, this has been an interesting group. I mean, still a lot of things to be decided. Who would have thought, for example, that Gaziantep, the way things were going for them, that they would have a chance to get to the playoffs, but never say never. You got to play it out, and you've also got Ventspils, who with 5 wins just on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So Elan Chalon as well at 5-7, Gaziantep at 4-8. So huge game. I mean, that's all you can say about tonight. They can't mess around. They know that Capo d'Orlando have had a nightmare time in the Basketball Champions League since making it through qualifying. And Ventspils trying to get back to the playoffs for the second year in a row in the Basketball Champions League. And they don't want to mess around. They want to come out tonight, and they want to lay the wood to Capo d'Orlando. But these games have to be played, and you look at Ventspils, the way things have been going for them lately in the Basketball Champions League. They lost at home to Gaziantep. They lost at MHP Rees in Lewisburg. So that's where they are now in 5th place. Capo d'Orlando down at the bottom at 2-10. And again, Iberostar Tenerife, MHP Rees and Lewisburg both at 10-2. Up top, Neptunus Klaipeda haven't quite sewn things up yet in terms of the playoffs, but they're almost there. Now, Capo d'Orlando, what have they got to gain out of this? Well, first of all, they can gain some respect if they come out, play hard tonight, and get a big win in front of the home crowd, because they have really struggled in the Basketball Champions League, but also Italy. And for Ventspils tonight, Blake Hamilton, number 0, Ingus Jakovic, keep an eye on him. Richard Lomash, Emmanuel Obila, Maris Gulbis, Julius Jucikas, Ronald Zakis. All of these guys will figure in the reckoning without question tonight. Players that week in and week out have a lot of impact on their games. Igor Shkelly as well. For Capo d'Orlando, Gennaro De Carlo still the coach, and Wojciechowski, number 18, Denis Ikovlev, number 33, Eric Maynard, number 3, Mario Iring, the Slovakia international point guard. Inganatser on the roster tonight, so it looks like he might be able to go. They've missed him in recent times. Capo d'Orlando have really been beaten like a drum in recent times. In the last 4 games, since winning over Gaziantep back on December 12th, following that, they lost at home to Elan Chalon 79-69. Then their first game in the new year, they fell 79-61 at PAOK in Thessaloniki, Greece. Iberostar Tenerife then came a couple of weeks ago and just really overpowered them, winning 106-59. And last week at Neptunus Klaipeda in Lithuania, Capo d'Orlando fell 99-62. So they have really and truly been struggling of late. A lot of games going on tonight. Una Halon at home to Dinamo Sassari, and Dinamo Sassari winning that game 32-28. Juventus Utena already falling at home 77-73 to EV Baskets Oldenburg, who stay in the hunt for second place in Group A. Besiktas winning big, pulling away from Telecom Baskets Bonn 95-79. Stelmet Zielona Gora, they're just proving to be tough customers here. They're on a roll now, winning 85-82 at home over Nanterre 92. And also in action, not only Una Halon at home to Dinamo Sassari, but Ike Athens are playing in Ljubljana and losing 23-22. Of course, this one getting ready to start, as well as Movistar Estudiantes against Banvit and Strasbourg against Rosa Radom. The other games on the Basketball Champions League in the regular season will be played tomorrow. So we're about two minutes or so away from the opening tip here in Capo d'Orlando. And look at the referees for tonight: Boris Krajic, Fernando Calatrava, and Pavel Fuška from Slovenia, Spain, and Slovakia, respectively. Of course, the anticipation building for the round of 16, and the question is, will Ventspils be amongst those teams that make it? Here's their starting five tonight: Blake Hamilton, Rihards Lomash, Emmanuel Ubila, Marius Golbis, and Ronald Sakas. They will be monitoring events also in Group B. There you see Ventspils, their coach, the former Latvia international, Robert Stelmar. Should be Stelmars. In fact, Robert's Stelmars. Just wanted to double check that one. And there's Coach DiCarlo. So he will go with a different starting lineup tonight: Maynor, Atzer, Kubica, Mario Delis, and Ikovlev. So Atzer is back, and he's in the starting lineup. Eric Maynor is in the starting lineup, the former NBA guard. And he'll have a little bit of punch coming from the bench with Wojciechowski. And there's Coach DiCarlo, perhaps feeling the heat a little bit with some of the performances of late. And the opening tip, and we're underway, folks. So welcome if you're just joining us in Sicily, beautiful Capo d'Orlando. And they're in white and taking on Ventspils, and already Ventspils coming out and knocking down the open jump shot. Dallas tries to answer. So it was Ubila who hit that first jump shot for Ventspils. They get it inside to Zakis, and he misses with a short little jump hook. Three-pointer is good from Eric Maynor. Capo d'Orlando come out and get their first points of the game. And first foul called on Lomas. Excuse me, Atzer whistled for the foul on Lomas. Now Villa calls the play. Drifts into the lane, misses. And a foul called on Dallas. Kovalev picks up the loose ball, pushes it now. Well, Dallas thought about going to work on Zakis. Now Dallas is going to put up the jumper. Maynor left wide open, but passed it back out. Now Atzer. And Atzer takes the bump from Zakis. Now Maynor. Here's Ubila. Again, drifts in the lane, puts up a little runner. That allows Maynor to take it. Atzer. Both feet behind the line. Now Hamilton gets it. And nice draw. Oh, Hamilton had the drive, just missed the shot. And at the other end is Dallas with the dunk. Another foul is called. Dallas picks up his second. So he checks out of the game. And Zakis misses, so Ventspils struggling offensively here. Maynor quickly to the other end. Gulbis chases it down. Campani's come into the game for Capo d'Orlando. And Zakis boxing out.
Cambio per il Ventspils, esce per numero 30 Zakis, entra per numero 27 Yutsikas.
Now Yutsikas comes into the game for Zakis. Perhaps more of facing the basket type player as opposed to Zakis. Now, the Kovalev bounce pass, Campani Campani came flying in. And Hamilton again gets close to the rim but misses badly. Ucikas gets in, and Campani did a good job defensively, and Stelmar's just wondering what in the world is going on with his team at that end of the floor, because they are looking rather inefficient. Here's Kubica. Turns and scores. And you wouldn't know by the start which of these teams had only had 2 wins on the season. Ubila. Lomas hits the 3. So ends the drought a little bit. Kubica on the baseline. Gets it to fall again. Kubis gets it to Hamilton. And Hamilton clangs it off the front of the rim. Stelmars, I think, is going to make a change. Atzer. Engin Atzer, former Turkey international. And nearly 6 minutes into the game, and Stelmars calls timeout. So far, so good for DiCarlo and Capo d'Orlando as they try to get rid of the bad taste that was in their mouths from the previous 2 weeks when they were on the wrong end of some blowout defeats. See the shooting percentages for both teams. Even at 7 apiece in the rebounds. Jakovic into the game, number 7. As Stelmars looks for a spark from somebody. Wojciechowski also in the game. Poland international. Picks up his first foul, and Gulbis goes to the line. Earring also has checked in for Capo d'Orlando. First one is good. And Burnett also in the game for Ventspils. Gulbis makes both. Dominguez Burnett, 25-year-old shooting guard. Number 2. Campani hands it off to Maynor. And Campani gets inside and is fouled. He was being guarded by Burnett. But Ucikas came in and committed the foul, his first, and Campani, who has only just joined this team, misses the first. 27-year-old center. This is the first, but makes the second. Keep an eye on Jakovic. He's, as he goes, so goes Ventspils sometimes. Bounce pass. Beautiful play into Utikas. So first game in the Basketball Champions League for Capo d'Orlando for Campani. Wojciechowski going right at Utikas. Good job, Utikas, but Campani gets the rebound. Passes it out to Earring. Left open, puts up a three, rims out. And now looks like DiCarlo asking for a timeout. Not liking how his team approached that set. Jakovic back outside to Burnett. And Campani boxing out. And the foul was called. Coming from behind on Utikas. So DiCarlo wants the timeout.
They play shape pick and roll. Luca realizza, renditi conto che lo shape. Marietto e Matteo.
See the assist numbers and the three-point shooting.
To modify positioning. It's not guard to change positioning. You have to protect. Back to you, right? The second team.
Press here. Pass. Blake, get open. Sprint opposite.
Two steals for the hosts.
Good screen. Come, watch off the screen. Let's go. Follow. Watch, help. Ready to shoot them.
And the three-point attempt is no good from Alibegovic, who's just checked into the game. So Lomas at the free throw line. And he makes the first. And he makes the second. So Capo d'Orlando trying to extend their lead again. Out, they pass it, and three-point attempt from Lagana is off target. They're struggling from deep. Burnett drives in and scores with the left hand. That was an interesting move. And Ventspils now in front. Earring drifts in. Great move, but missed badly the shot. Minute to go in the first quarter. Lomash drives hard and earns a trip to the free throw line. So he's been a breath of fresh air for Ventspils. Again, you put the ball on the deck, good things happen. He had he was guarded by the bigger Wojciechowski. And knowing that he could blow by him, he was able to get a step on him, and then Wojciechowski was called for the foul. So Lomash earning a living at the free throw line right now. He's got a perfect 4-4 night going there. He's 1 of 1 from deep. And with that, a game high 7 points. Wojciechowski going up against Burnett. And nice composure. Goes up, scores with a short jump hook. Oh, Hamilton flies in and dunks, but an offensive foul was called on Zakis, so they're going to wipe that away. You can see Zakis nudging his man out of the picture and off the court, and it did not go unnoticed by the referee. So Jakovic this time picks up the personal. And Ignatzer makes both. And Lagana called for the foul, reaching in. And getting to the free throw line to tie it up is Ubilla. Second one is good as well. So 2.5 seconds to go here in the quarter. Lagana gets the shot off, but is off target. So it's Ventspils who take the lead to the bench after one, 17-16. See the stats. Perfect 8 of 8 from the charity stripe for Ventspils. That's the difference for them.
Okay, guys, it's clear. Hey.
So we saw some good moments here early from Capo d'Orlando. Their biggest lead was 6 points. But Ventspils got Lomash involved. And with Lomash putting the pressure on the defense, driving to the basket, drawing some fouls, and getting to the free throw line, Ventspils have been able to come back and take the lead. Lomash has 7 points right now to lead all scorers. And coming right out at the start of the second quarter is Maynard. So he's got 5 points. Possibly a player that could look for a shot just that little bit more. Burnett goes and misses the open jumper. Now Maynard has it. And Maynard's pass telegraphed. Burnett picks it up. He's going in for the layup. Old-fashioned. Thought he was going to try to dunk it, but decided not to take any chances. Just laid it up and in. Atzer. Back to Delas. Lagana gets in. Gives his team a chance with a offensive rebound, but this time Maynard short on the little runner. Now Billa has it. Takes the bump and earns another trip to the line. Very clever.
Fallo fischiato al numero 3 Maynard. È il suo primo fallo. Sul cambio per la SikeliArchivi Capo d'Orlando c'è il numero 1 Mirza Alibegovic. Entra col numero 8 Arnodas Kulpoka.
Both free throws good. And Ventspils go back up by 3. Remember, they really need a win tonight. They cannot afford to drop to 5 and 8. Atzer answers. I mean, it has been a crazy season in the Basketball Champions League, particularly in Groups B and Group C. You could argue in all 4 groups. Ikovlev. Burnett weaving his way up the court, turns it over. Now Maynard over to Kulpoka, who's been quiet. Jakovic trying to guard him. Kulpoka gets inside and draws the foul. Jakovic. So 2 free throws for the young Lithuanian. You look at this group, and Ventspils, Pauk are in 4th place at 5 and 7. Kulpoka makes the first. Ventspils are in 5th place at 5 and 7. Elan Chalon are in 6th place at 5 and 7. So you got 3 5 and 7 teams. And you've also got Gaziantep, who are at 4 and 8. And really, the last couple of weeks have looked very good. So still a lot of basketball to be played. And Gaziantep, talking about them, they will be at home to MHP Reason Lewisburg tomorrow. So that'll be a challenge. Well, back to this one. Capo d'Orlando on top after the Kulbaka free throws, 22-21. And Abila makes the free throw, so it's been a case of the free throw line that's been very kind to Ventspils tonight. I mean, they are perfect. 11 of 11. Now make it 12 of 12. And because of that, they have a 1-point lead. Abila himself is 6 of 6 now. Ingenetzer drives in, puts up a very difficult shot. Now Lomash sees a chance to run, but the ball goes off the hands of Abila. Seemed like a good pass. Maynard's pass. Stolen again by Jakovic. Jakovic over to Lomash. Now Zakis gets inside, puts up the left-handed runner. Gulbis there for the follow. The Latvian team up 25-22. Gulbis now with 4 points. Atzer bounce pass to Akovlev. And he was fouled by Gulbis. That is the second team foul here in the quarter. It's one of those, if you're Capo d'Orlando, you'd almost rather them let Wave play on because they had a layup. Maynard. Maynard again drifts in. Abila. Blake Hamilton. Ucikas down low, missed the layup, and then tied up by Kovlev. And just missed the layup. What can you say? Gulbis fakes it. Atzer read the pass, but Kulbaka saved it in bounds. Five of 7 remaining here in the first half. Other scores tonight. Movistar Estudiantes winning big at Banvit, 41-18. Boy, winning big over Banvit, rather, 41-18. That's in Madrid. Strasbourg winning at home over Rosa Radom, 37-26. Petrolympia up on Ike, 43-41. And Unet Halon only trailing 63-60 at home to Dinamo Sassari. Atkins has 8 points for for Strasbourg so far. The boss 6.3 assists. He was the MVP of the week last week in the Basketball Champions League. I'm not sure what they're reviewing over there. I'm not sure if they're waiting to see if he actually had possession or if they would take some time off the shot clock. Well, it's taking an eternity to get. Yeah, that's what it is. They're taking time off the shot clock because they're saying that Capo d'Orlando never actually had possession when Kubica saved it back in bounds. Oh, so there's not going to be any time at all, hardly, for Ventspils to get this thing off. I'm sure Stelmars is thinking, let's just get this thing going. It's only 1 second on the shot clock. Well, all of that for that. That's when you think to yourself, why am I in this profession? Anyway, you got to get it right if that's the situation. Only 1 second. You got to make sure that's what's on the shot clock. So Capo d'Orlando now. Delas. Earring dribbles behind his back, launches a three.
Cambio per la SikeliArchivi Capo, c'è il numero 13 Mario Delas, entra il numero 15 Luca Campani.
Campani back in the game. Brings a physical presence, especially on the boards. Atzer gets the rebound, manages to get it to a Kovalev. Kovalev fouled by Lomash from behind. Quick pass, Atzer. They find Kubica open. Oh, that was well crafted there. Finished off by the Lithuanian. He ties it at 25. 9 points now for Kubica. And then Atzer sneaks in there, almost comes up with a steal. Jump shot no good, rebounded by Kubica. Now the dump to Campani. Oh, he missed the reverse. That was makeable. Should have just gathered himself a little bit more. Maybe would have made the shot. Utsikas has it knocked away by Campani. Then Kubica tries to go behind the back. The ball goes off of Burnett's foot. So they say it was a kick. Didn't look intentional, but nevertheless, 25 apiece, 3:04 remaining. Oh, beautiful bounce pass Atzer, and Campani fouled. Campani makes the first. And the second. It certainly needed his toughness, I think. Well, it's probably a good pickup for him, but it's too bad for Capo d'Orlando that has come this late in the regular season. And the dump and the basket is good by Utsikas. Back to 27 apiece. Remember, Ventspils still in the hunt for a top 4 finish as they try to get to the playoffs. Going for their 6th win of the regular season. Kovalev for 3. And Capo d'Orlando would like nothing more than to play the role of spoiler. And Burnett fouled by Kubica, who thought he had moved his feet to get into position. Here's another look. Bila comes out. Lomash in. Sakas in. And the dump, and it's thrown down by Zakis. Finally gets on the scoreboard tonight. Logano. And then the deny by Burnett, but the foul sends Campani back to the line. It's a good drive by Logano. Campani tonight now has 3 points, an assist, a rebound. Make it 4 points. So Ventspils called timeout here to try to set the stage for the last part of the half.
One, it's 2, it's 3, 5, and 4. Okay?
See the shooting numbers overall, also from 3-point range.
Pick and roll. Like men, we stand and we come back. Okay? Watch out. If we stand. Bang, bang.
Watch, go behind this line. Try to finish 2 against 1. It's nothing. Wait, go on free throw if they are in zone. Come on free throw line. Bring ball.
See the assist to turnovers as well. So the turnovers really plaguing Ventspils to this stage.
Again, watch this triangle. Let's do.
So back to live action, and driving in and scoring is Burnett. So Burnett puts Ventspils back in front. Lagana, or excuse me, Alibegovic. And then the foul called on Yakovlev. Yakovlev raises his hands. 58.5 seconds to go. 31 apiece. Yakovitz off target and Kubica with the rebound. No, long rebound, but a foul called on Alibegovic for a push. Mario Earring goes out. So with the foul, that means free throws. And Lomash and the free throw game has just been absolutely crucial tonight for Ventspils. They haven't missed. 14 of 14. I'll tell you what, Capo d'Orlando haven't been too bad themselves. They are 9 of 10. Campani gets inside, follows up the miss. Passes it back outside, and Alibegovic was fouled by Yakovitz, who's now holding his midsection. It is again. Oh, yeah, he kind of stuck his right elbow out. And he caught Yakovitz. And they called the foul on Yakovitz. Anyway. That's what you saw Stelmar's reaction. Makes just 1 of 2. So Ventspils with a 1-point lead will try to hold on to the last possession here, get the last shot. Spread the floor. Ubila over to Gulbis. Over to Hamilton. And Hamilton's shot. Well, they had a good look. Can't ask for anything more than that other than to make the shot. Ventspils go to halftime leading by 1. Here is the final attempt. 33-32, Ventspils on top at halftime. So the free throw shooting has been exquisite. And Ventspils out-rebounding Capo d'Orlando, which has to be maybe a mild spot of bother for the home team. But the 8 turnovers for Ventspils that will be annoying for the coach. And Kubica with the 9 points. Lomash has 9 points as well. So those two guys are leading the scoring. And Yakovlev with 2 steals. We're at halftime. We'll be right back.
Ventspils. Zakis. Zakis. Barnett. 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 Ventspils.
33-32, Ventspils on top of Capo d'Orlando tonight. Big game for Ventspils, especially as they try to get to win number 6 and stay in the hunt for a top 4 finish. But they are being frustrated by a Capo d'Orlando team, which has actually played much better tonight than it has the previous 2 weeks when they were on the receiving end of some real blowout defeats. Of course, big win tonight for Stelmet Zielona Gora. They just keep that machine moving. I mean, what's happened to this team from Poland? Struggling and going nowhere fast. They have now won 4 games in a row. So second half now underway. And remember, Lomash and Kulbuka each with 9 points for Ventspils and Capo d'Orlando respectively. And we start things right off with a foul. 3 fouls on Zakis, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. Eric Maynor pulls up for the short jumper, puts Capo d'Orlando back in front. Offensive foul. Zakis picks up his 4th foul. So it hasn't even taken him a full minute. It's taken him 41 seconds to pick up 2 quick fouls, and he has to go to the bench. Utsikas comes back into the game. Kulbuka goes baseline, passes back outside to Maynor, hands it off, but then, well, that play wasn't developing the way that the home team needed it to. So turn it over. And shot no good. Kulbuka, it's good. 4-point lead for the home side. And the miss. And you can feel the game, the momentum starting to go the way of the hosts. Dulles didn't catch it cleanly, so he has to pass it back out. Kulbuka again, it's good. And Coach Stelmars decides to burn a timeout. It has been a poor start. 2 quick fouls for Zakis. He has to go to the bench, and Kulbuka comes out firing. And all of a sudden, Ventspils in a little bit of bother.
We go 3 down. Mays here. Lomik again here. 4 make screen, dribble. Sprint up, Julius, you here. Come in backdoor. Throw ball over here for layup. Make 2 steps here, sprint and backdoor. No, it stays same corner. If nothing, if nothing, come on middle, play there.
In any case, don't go. Okay, let's go. Keep playing defense, let's go. Let's go, keep playing defense.
See the 10 assists for Capo d'Orlando, 5 steals. Gulbis goes up. Excuse me, Gutsikas goes up. Utsikas goes up and is fouled by Ikovlev. Or no, is it on Atzer? Yeah, Atzer coming down on him hard. It's his second foul. And nice play coming off the inbounds pass. You can't give that away if you're Capo d'Orlando, however. Gulbis now with 6 points. Three-pointer is good from Atzer. That's a good way to answer. Oh, and the dunk. Uchikos goes right down the lane and throws it down. Well, the answer, again, Kubica, 17 points. He hasn't missed from the floor. Utsikas has to put his head down and fouled by Kubica. The whistle comes late. And the free throw is good. So 7-point lead. Atzer sees an opening and goal interference is the call. Dallas reaches in, almost forces another turnover. And a little runner, and Kubica has it. And I'll tell you what, 9 points to lead for Capo d'Orlando. I'm not sure at this stage of the game anybody could have predicted that, watching them play the last couple of weeks. But they are looking like they want to give a knockout punch here to Ventspils tonight. Kubica over to Kovlev for three. Ventspils will finish at home next week against PAOK, another of the teams that are 5 and 7 coming into this week's play. Dallas picks up the foul.
Fallo fischiato numero 13 Denas, è il suo terzo fallo. Cercando per la SikeliArchivi Capo d'Orlando, esce con numero 13 Mario Denas.
Capo d'Orlando have Ventspils' number. They beat them earlier this year, 66-55 in Latvia.
Cambio per il Ventspils, esce con numero 2 Barnett, entra con numero 7 Jakovic.
And the drive and good strong finish from Utsikas. It's a three-point play opportunity. Lagana comes back into the contest. Maynor uncorks at 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Capo d'Orlando possession with a new 14. Ball went off of Utsikas, off his leg. Maynor tries to force it, somehow almost completed it. Now Lomash has it. And in it goes, and Utsikas scores again. And another potential three-point play. Campani just a little bit late. And DiCarlo calls timeout. (23-22) the rebounding. Ventspils on top. Interesting that Ventspils began the season, you remember, with an opening day win at home over Iberostar Tenerife, the defending champions.
We are so slow. More energy to attack. Okay? Keep confidence with this 2-on-2. Too slow. Okay? Next offense, 2.
Ken, to right, Ken. Let's go fast.
Go.
I will say, come side. Come side.
Interesting in the games against the teams that they're competing against, as you look at those stats there, Ventspils, they won their first meeting with Alliance Chalon 78-77. And they won the second 75-69. So if they finish in a head-to-head, they would win that tie-breaking format. So, you know, they will be rooting hard, no doubt, for PAOK to lose, you would imagine, in their next game. And Utsikas completes the three-point play. PAOK will be at home against Neptunus Klaipėda. And the drive, and Lagana makes it and earns the foul as well. Gets the foul. Fouls on Utsikas. Excuse me, Ali Begovic, not Lagana. Ubila almost has it taken away by Kubica. Lomash puts up a 3. And Wojciechowski, who's checked in, gets the rebound. Over to Maynor. Then the ball knocked out of Campani's hands. Utikas passes out to Gulbis, who's been quiet. Over to Ubila. He drives in and puts it up and in and draws the foul.
Cambio per la SikeliArchivi Capo dell'anno, esce con numero 3 Eric Maynor, entra con numero 4 Mario Iring.
Iring is checked into the game, so a big chance for him with his team leading. He'll inbound the ball now. Well, Banvit have mounted a huge comeback. They were down by 22, and now they trail Estudiantes in Group C 58-54 tonight. That is a very tight group, although Banvit in first place. Kubica into the corner. And the ball knocked out of bounds. As you look at Group C, you've got Banvit on top at 9-3, followed by 4 7-5 teams, and a 6-6 Ike. So Estudiantes, Medi Beirut, Sig Strasbourg, and Umana Raya are all 7-5. Cabo d'Orlando had a couple of chances there. They didn't score. Well, Ventspils with a chance to tie it back up or pull to within 1. Utikas again gets inside, and on the rare occasion, no foul was called. Iring. Kubica stepped out of bounds. Offensive foul called on Hamilton, who has just been anonymous tonight. Usually a steady supply of points from him, but that is his second foul, and Hamilton hasn't scored tonight. He's 0-5. And Ali Begovic fouled shooting the jump shot. Utikas picks up foul number 4, so that is a huge call. That's a tough call, really. Think about it. Ali Begovic misses the free throw. We've seen how Utikas has played tonight. He's been much more effective than Zakas. But Zakas is going to come into the game, so both bigs now with 4 fouls, and the only saving grace for Ventspils is that Ali Begovic missed both free throws. Ubila puts it up and hits it. Gets it back to a 1-point game. Ali Begovic stops and pops. Jakovic, who left the game when he caught an elbow to the chest from Ali Begovic, back in. Lomash inside, and the dunk from Utikas. And for his troubles, Earring caught a foot to the face. And that just tells you right there all you need to know how important Ventspils is. The 15 points, so they can ill afford to lose him. He's played very well in the fourth quarter, so coach takes him out. So he's got Gulbison playing the low post, so they're playing a little bit small right now. And not Zakis. Oh, and the block from Kulbaka. Good play by the youngster. And then to Wojciechowski. 4-point swing right there. Remember that point late in the third quarter. They can pretty much take it down to the end here if they want. But Burnett's going to put up a long one. They're going to get it back. And Jakovic hits a three-pointer right at the end of the quarter. He's got some big game genes, Jakovic. It's 54-piece with 10 minutes remaining. Five of 8 from deep for Capo d'Orlando, just 2 of 10 for Ventspils, but they just hit one of them. But look at the free throws. 18 of 19 for Ventspils. Where would they be if they hadn't hit their free throws tonight? Capo d'Orlando, 11 of 15. Kulbaka, meanwhile, with 17 points, 6 rebounds, a steal, a block. He's at plus 23 efficiency on the night. That's a game high by a country mile. Ubila and Ventspils each at plus 15. For Ventspils, Ventspils has the 15 points. Jakovic has got, that was his first basket, incredibly, that three-pointer. So start of the fourth quarter, good play there by Wojciechowski. Hamilton thought he had a basket. Atzer then tries to score and doesn't get any love from the rim. Remember, they can ill afford a loss, Ventspils, as they try to get into that top 4 and advance to the playoffs. They came into this week in 5th place. But they're struggling against a team that beat them earlier this year for one of their only 2 wins. Earring called for the foul on Lomash. Ubila pulls up, hits the go-ahead jumper. $15 points for Ubila. So now 3 players. Excuse me, Ubila and Utikas each with 15. Bounce pass, Wojciechowski gets in and scores right at the buzzer. Right at the shot clock buzzer. Ubila pulls it back out. Gulbis off target. Now Earring with the rebound, brings it across midcourt. Wojciechowski, it's good. They go from trailing to leading, 58-56. And a foul called right as Gulbis got to the rim. Foul called on Wojciechowski. Gulbis gets the first one to go. It's back to a 1-point game. It's going to be a nervous ride for the coach the rest of the way. You can see Stelmars. They just need a win tonight. They don't care how they win. If they have to win ugly, they win ugly. If they have to win by a point, they win by a point. But Ventspils are facing an almighty battle right now against Capo d'Orlando, who have played tonight like a wounded tiger, trying to get their respect back. And nice handoff, and Gulbis goes up for the layoff, and DiCarlo calls timeout. 4 straight points scored by Ventspils.
Next goal, one side, count, get out, start.
Assist to turnover ratio in favor of Capo d'Orlando.
Side. Next one, side. Keep on playing.
He's coming here. It's open direct penetration for you guys. Okay? So play next from here. Wait. 10 seconds to go. And we start. Here, if he jumps, pop, watch penetration pass. Let's go.
See the field goal percentage and the 3-point percentage. If anything, you got the feeling that timeout was called more by DiCarlo just to kind of just sensed again like a small shift in momentum. It just feels like from a concentration standpoint, maybe he has to keep on top of his players from, you know, for full 40 minutes. That's been an issue with this team. Keeping them fired up, keeping them focused. Wojciechowski fouled by Gulbis. First foul on Ventspils in the 4th quarter. Ali Begovic puts it up from long range and overshoots the rim. It glances off the backboard and into the hands now of Ventspils Villa. little bit of a mismatch. He might try to take him. No, he's just going to put up the jumper, and he's going to hit it. So 5-point lead for Ventspils now. 18 points for Ubila. Wojciechowski alley-oop. Carlo imploring his players to play D. Ubila getting in, and Golbus cleaning up the mess. Well, we heard Stelmars telling his guys the penetration was there. Maynard into the corner, Atzer for three. And Hamilton rebounds it. And Ventspils in no rush. Perhaps wanted to take the steam out now, get some penetration again. No, they're going to pass it out to Lomas. Oh, that was big. That was big. 8-point lead. They haven't hit many threes tonight, but that man has. Lomas now 2 of 3. They're 4 of 13 as a team. Maynard for three. And the game possibly starting to get away from Capo d'Orlando if they don't get a stop here. And the thing is, you don't want to foul Ventspils. They've been shooting their free throws well tonight. They're 20 of 21. Again, nice penetration out to Burnett. Good! Well, the basketball gods all of a sudden smiling on Ventspils. The three-pointers fall, including that one, after bouncing off the front of the rim. It was short, but it bounced over and in. Ali Begovic misses the rebound. Burnett. And now content to take time off the clock. Foul on Wojciechowski. Well, Bill has been very good here in the fourth quarter. They've brought some fresh bods back in. Lomas. And he travels. Did Hamilton. Well, that run came, interestingly, with Kubica out of the game. So he's been your star player. He sat down, and well, that was, you wonder how much that impacted them. Yakovlev hits the three-pointer. It's not over yet, folks. Don't go away. Capo d'Orlando get it back to within 8. 3 fouls have been committed by Capo d'Orlando. Hamilton, again, happy to take some time off the clock. Going to put up a 3. Boy, he could be standing on the beach and not able to throw it in the ocean tonight, Hamilton. He has just had an almighty struggle. And Zakas was wondering if the whistle was going to be on him there, but it was not. Hamilton has yet to hit a shot from the field. He's 0 of 7. Ubila. Now the dump. And good hands from Atzer with 2 seconds on the shot clock. And Bernie gets it off just in time. Another three-pointer. That is a heartbreaker if you're Capo d'Orlando. And Ubila commits the foul. Well, they've got fouls to give, so don't want to give away anything easy. Kubica turns, shoots, hits it. Back to 9 points, the deficit. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. They swing it, and again, Hamilton misses. Now Kubica again, under 2 minutes to go. And Lomas reaches in and fouls Kubica. So Ventspils ever so close to getting a very important 6th win of the season. And if they can get it, no doubt they'll be probably watching some games tomorrow night. Some of their foes. Ikovlev hits another three-pointer. That makes it a 2-possession game. 6 points. Don't go away. And timeout on the floor. Still Mars. Doesn't want to give away the threes, that's for sure. Well, it's been kind of an interesting game. It looked like Ventspils, as you look at the assists and the turnovers, it looked like they kind of had it in hand there. They went up by 11 points. But Capo d'Orlando came down and have hit some shots of their own. Ikovlev hit that three. Before him, Kubica hit the jumper to get it back to 9. So a couple of threes by Ikovlev here in the 4th quarter. And Capo do not want to foul. They want to play defense and they want to rebound. And they have fouled. Which, considering this team has shot the ball lights out tonight from the free throw line, 95%, 20 of 21. In fact, better than 95%, 95.24. And Ubila is a perfect 7 of 7. I know what you're thinking. The commentator's curse is going to strike here, but Ubila makes the first one. So that gets it up to what would typically be a 3-possession game. I say typically because these days you see those 4-point plays occasionally. But Ubila's had himself a nice night. He's 20 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. And Maynard misses on the drive. And that one hurts. Kulbis out to Burnett. And it goes to Burnett. Refs didn't blow the whistle. And Ventspils had a foul to give, so they fouled Kulbika just as he brought it to midcourt. But they are getting closer and closer, Ventspils, now to mission accomplished. Getting a win at Capo d'Orlando. Ikovlev going to have their third three-pointer. Kulbis can't get it in time before it goes out of bounds. 49 seconds to go. Kulbika backs up Hamilton, turns, shoots. And looks like, you know, one thing you have to say about Capo d'Orlando tonight, they came out focused. And here in the fourth quarter, Ventspils have been able to hit some shots that they haven't been able to hit all game long. And also when you consider the Ventspils were able to knock down 22 of 23 free throws tonight. I mean, that is just, that might very well be the best free throw shooting exhibition all season long. I mean, that is impressive. So Ventspils, they had a battle tonight, but they came out and they won it 79-68 at Capo d'Orlando to boost their hopes of getting into the top four by the end of the regular season. They've improved to 6-7. 79-68, Ventspils win it. So, tough night at the office. For the home side. And but it was much improved on their last performance, that's for sure. So Ventspils at least temporarily climbed into the top four of Group B. And those are the final numbers. 18 of 36 inside the arc. 7 of 8 from deep. Capo d'Orlando 31 rebounds. Ventspils 38. 18 assists for Capo d'Orlando. And they go around, say thanks to the fans for coming tonight. But the Basketball Champions League has just been tough on Capo d'Orlando. If it were easy, anybody could come out and win it. And they're going to have to raise their game a little bit. But Ventspils have lived to fight another day. So they will be pulling hard tomorrow night for PAOK to lose and Elan Chalon to lose. And remember, PAOK are at home to Neptunus. Klaipėda. Kulbika with the 19 points. Ubila 20. Ubila will no doubt be a possibility for the team of the week. So those are the standings. In Group B, Ventspils putting the pressure on Elan Chalon and PAOK. Elan Chalon tomorrow night will be It's up against Iberostar Tenerife in the Canary Islands. So, again, Ventspils will be rooting hard tomorrow for Neptunus, one would think, to beat PAOK in Thessaloniki, Greece. Well, Capo d'Orlando came out and looked like they might get the home win tonight. After all, they had won against this team earlier this season, which was strange in itself because when you think that Ventspils have been able to sweep their regular season meetings with Iberostar Tenerife, but Iberostar Tenerife wasn't the foe tonight. It was the team that had beaten them, and Capo d'Orlando came out focused, and I thought we're focused pretty much for the entire night. I mean, I don't think you could take too many issues with the approach tonight of the Sicilian club. They got some players back, and they were pretty good value tonight. Game had a lot of stopping and started. It seemed like a lot of free throws. And Ventspils took advantage from that standpoint, continually getting to the line and making shot after shot after shot. Well, you have to really tip your hat to Abila. I mean, especially in the fourth quarter, he was tough. Lomash provided a real weapon from the perimeter as well on a night when they didn't have too many weapons on the perimeter. And Burnett got that one to fall, and that was when you kind of got the feeling like it was not going to happen tonight for the home team. They stuck with it. Kovalev came out, hit a couple of threes in the fourth quarter. But it was not quite enough for Capo d'Orlando as they remain stuck on 2 wins on the season. That's it, folks. More action coming your way tomorrow from the Basketball Champions League. Thanks for watching.